Hello everybody, my name is Iriletho, and I am bringing you a StarCraft 2 replay between the Terran player swordz on the left-hand side of the Shattered Temple and the blue Zerg Sonnyducks on the right-hand side. Now this is a lower level game. I believe Sonnyducks is a plat or possibly a gold level player, and it was played on the ladder, so I'm assuming swordz is about the same. Hopefully we can see some really interesting lower level action. Shattered Temple is possibly my favorite map in the ladder pool right now. It's got an easy enough choke right here to do Forge Fast Expands on, if everybody knows I'm a Protoss player at heart. It's also separated enough to where you have enough time to macro up if you want to. Both players so far doing the standard builds. I don't see anything crazy. Sonnyducks didn't 6 pool, 7 pool, 9 pool, any of the other junk. swordz is building a supply depot in a normal place. He hasn't even gotten the chance to build a barracks yet. There's probably going to be no cheese. I can imagine this being a very straight-up game, which is very good. I enjoy straight-up games. I actually forgot to set myself to busy, so let me do that real quick. That way nobody can message me. Alright. So we got ducks. You can see he sent his overload over here and didn't see anything. So he knows the Terran player isn't close by air. He knows he's not close by ground because I don't believe you can actually spawn close by ground on this map on the ladder. And so he's sending his drones straight across. And he's actually going to get there in time, I think. He's not going to have the wall-in finished. swordz is getting a fairly standard gas for Terran upgrade play. Yep, Ducks gets in and he's going to see it all. Terran hasn't even tried to scout yet, but that's perfectly alright. Spawning pool now going down for Ducks at 14. My phone just went off. SCV is chasing the drone around. Let me go ahead and throw that phone on silence there for you so nothing else crazy happens during this replay. Yeah, so far, standard play from both players. Spawning pool's about half done. Got an early-ish gas for swordz. I think he got it right before the pool. And then we have a gas steal over here. That's interesting. I kind of like it. Yep, there's the cancel. So he's going to be able to just keep this drone alive by continuously stealing and canceling that gas. Granted, he's going to lose minerals each time, but it's kind of worth it to keep your scouting drone alive long enough. Even when the Marine pops out, if he's fast enough, the Marine won't be able to kill this thing off. Overlord making sure there's nothing coming down towards the expansion. But so far, swordz is doing nothing out of the ordinary. We have the first 2 lings coming down for ducks. No queen yet, which I find interesting. He's got plenty of cash for the queen. There we go, that's why. He's doing a faster expand, although I still don't know why he didn't go for a queen before Expo. And I think this might have been a little bit of a mistake. He let the extractor finish. Probably not the best idea, because now the Marine's going to have no problems walking down here and killing us off. We have a barracks going down, so second racks for swordz. Not all that uncommon. I don't think it's going to be much of a 2-racks rush. Yep, because there goes the factory, so probably not any early aggression. He just wants to get a couple more units up for defense. Whereas these first 2 lings are out, ling speed coming, the queen is finally starting. That's really late for a queen. I've been trying to do some Zerg recently, and I find that if I don't have my queen right away, I just can't stand it. You don't have enough larvae, you can't make anything. So he's got overlords spreading around the map. I think he's trying to scout for reapers coming down off the base right there. There go the first 3 marines. So by now, swordz has got to know that there's at least 2 axes up. They have 3 marines out already. Orbital command's done. There goes the second extractor for swordz, or the second refinery for swordz. They're called something different for everybody. These 2 lings are going to get up there and see that they can't run in, and probably just run right back away. See a tech lab on one and a reactor on the other. Fairly standard play. Early engineering bay, and an early 3rd racks. I kind of like that. He's probably going to go for some heavy-duty marine tank aggression. I can see that working out very well for him. 2 tech labs means he's probably going to go 1-for-1 Marauder Marines. Or possibly swap this tech lab onto this factory as soon as it finishes. Meanwhile, for the Zerg, the expansion's up. He hasn't done it. Nope, there's the drone transfer. He's got a couple of spine crawlers coming up, which I kind of like. Although, well, I was about to say if the Terran starts doing drops, but there's no starport yet for the Terran. It's getting combat shield. That's not usually the first upgrade you see a Terran go for. Usually you see stim. So unless he's going to rely on his Marines quite heavily, then I don't know. I don't think I agree with this combat shield. Nothing out of the ordinary. He's still got 1 guy in gas. Maybe he forgot to pull it off, or maybe he's just trying to slow build up to lair tech. Although he's got plenty of gas to do so right now if he so chooses. I think these overlords are... I don't know what the overlords are doing. He's got them kind of all over the place. I like how he's got them pulled in close to his base, except for this one, so that they can't be sniped. And here we go with the early Marine Marauders. He's got 2 Marauders and a group of Marines moving out. The Zerglings here are going to scout it. They're going to see it as soon as it gets to that range. Maybe not yet. I like how they're kind of camped right here. I mean, this Zergling obviously saw them walk out. There's no way he missed them. Here goes the expansion for swordz. Now, normally against Zerg, you'd see a Terran build the expansion on the high ground and just float it down. So this is sort of a risky maneuver. Now this Overlord's going to come in and he's going to see exactly what he's up to. He sees the factory. What's he going to see? He sees all 3 racks. Is he going to see the engineering bay? Nope. He does not see the engineering bay, but I really don't think it matters that much. It could be a starboard. It could be an engineering bay. Either way, good idea to lay on a little bit of aggression to keep that Terran off of his 2 bases. Because as a Zerg, you always want to be up on bases over your opponent. Roaches are down here opening the way for an earlier third for Sonny. And we really haven't seen any early aggression, much to my earlier predictions. Now the Marines and Marauders are starting to move out. Swinging down. I don't think the Terran even knows... No, the Terran does not know where his opponent is. He has lacked scouting. So the Zerg definitely saw that happen. I don't know why he's chasing. Those 4 Zerglings are going to get taken out for almost completely free. He killed 1 Marine with that. I have no idea why he chose to engage there. He just threw away 4 Zerglings for nothing. Which in the long term is not going to seem like much, but early game, those 4 Zerglings could have meant a surround on this army. And now his Roaches are moving out to engage in the center of the map rather than waiting on creep. If they waited on creep, they'd have clean backup, they'd have transfuse. The concussive shells for the Marauders are done, so the Roaches are going to get slowed. He's going to move the Overlord for free. Although he's left 3 Marines behind. He doesn't have his army hotkeyed at all. Whereas the Roaches are at least on a hotkey. That's one benefit for Sonny. Although he's supply blocked by that Overlord snipe, so that's not good for Sonny. Luckily enough for our Zerg players, swordz has chose to move back and just hold the middle of the map. He still doesn't know where he is. Still has no idea where the Zerg player is, although by now I bet he suspects he's right there. Let's go back to the production tab. He's got 3 gas now coming up for Sonny, rounding out the rest of his extractors. Got a Baneling nest. That's a good call against Terran, who's going massive bio. All these Marines, so bad against Banelings. Stutter step, you can only save a couple people. So right now, Sonny's got a very nice defense of Roaches, a couple Spine Crawlers, a couple more on the way. He's going to be absolutely fine if any of these Marines and Marauders decide to move into his base. Roaches almost... I don't want to say almost. Roaches definitely hard counter Marines. And although Marauders are really good against Roaches, not in this number. He can just focus down the Marauders and it'd be game over for the Terran. And with the Banelings to back him up, it's just done. The Terran, though, has his expansion. He didn't do an SCV transfer. Oh, I definitely don't like that. He is way oversaturated on his main and completely unusing. He's got 4 workers down here, and only 3 of them are permanent. That mule's about to expire. He doesn't have this as an orbital command yet. That's a mistake. Sonny, meanwhile, floating almost 1,000 minerals. He could very easily take this third, now that he's not getting pressured. He's getting a nice Overlord spread. What are these Marines doing? Are they paving the way for a drop, perchance? Who knows? Overlord spreading out all over the map now. So Sonny is going to be really good in the vision department. He can't see the middle, but he knows the army is probably still there. He doesn't know about this expo yet, but by now he's got to figure it's there. And here comes the big Zergling Roach move out. He's going to catch all this in the middle unaware, but he's not moving his army together. All these Roaches are going to... all these Zerglings are going to go down for almost free. I don't think he lost any Marines there. And now the medevacs are out, so whatever little bit of damage those Zerglings just did is going to be completely negated in a few seconds. And I just heard Banelings morphing in. Where are they? Where are you, Banelings? Banelings, where are you? I don't see your... There they are. They're hidden by the Roaches. He's got 5 Banelings morphing in, and that's going to deal so much damage to this Terran bio ball. And here they go, Roaches moving in, Banelings. Not all that effective. I think they got target fired by swords. Wow, I'm stumbling over my own words. But now these Marauders are just eating these Roaches so hard. And that's really bad for Sonny. Now this huge Marine Marauder army is going to be able to just push into the front of his base. He's got a bunch more Banelings morphing in. stumbling over my words so hard today because I'm talking so fast because that early aggression is oh so exciting. And are we going to see a little bit of an elevator? I think we are. The banelings are completely out of position for this. The queens see it. He just wasted so many banelings on 3 marauders. Now, there's only 2 marauders and a bunch of marines up here. 1 queen going down. Roach is going down. This queen's going to die so quickly, but here come the banelings and a very nice pickup by swordz. Going to rescue all these units, and he's moving right into the main. The queen's going to get a little bit of time to try to pick on this stuff, but it's not going to take down either of the 2 medevacs. More reinforcements coming across the map now for swordz. Sonnyducks really should take his third under all this pressure. At least he's keeping the larva injects up on his main. He lost 2 queens, so that's why he doesn't have any larva right now on his second. Huge baneling takedown on almost all of those forces. All the banelings are dead. Roaches are trying to hold the base. Medevac's doing their job, healing up the marines. All the roaches are down now, and it's just curtains for this mineral line. He's got 2 marauders and 3 marines just eating drones. Evolution chamber is done. He's got all these larvae. You should be morphing units. You need roaches. You need lings. You need something. Anything to defend your base. The Terran, meanwhile, during this attack is floating almost 2,000 minerals. He could be spending that on almost anything. Instead, he's spending it on more medevacs. Well, I guess that's anything. Here comes a lone Hellion. It's going to get picked off by the roaches down here. And this drop, after doing its job, is now retreating. The main has been completely devastated. There are no drones mining in the main. Go to the income tab. Sonnyducks is down to only 17 harvesters with 300 minerals income per minute. Terran is sitting almost triple that. He's got a fairly decently sized roach ball moving across the middle of the map, but it's just going to run right into these marines and marauders. And if he doesn't target fire down the marauders, he's going to be completely toast. He's not even moving into the army, and the roaches are just destroyed by this marauder marine ball. M&M still showing that it is just as good now as it was in the beta. And these 3 marines have still done nothing all game. They moved from down here to up there. swordz doing a good job holding the center of the map. He's got a planetary fortress at his expo. That's an interesting choice. I guess it's really good to defend against Zergling Rudenbys. And here comes a huge, huge drop up into the main. He's going to be able to snipe any building or buildings he wants. And there's Sonnyducks calling out the good game. And it was, in fact, a good game. Sonnyducks taking the loss on Shattered Temple against swordz. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Iruletho, and if you have a replay you would like me to cast, send it to iruvideos@gmail.com. I do a live show at twitch.tv/Iruletho, Monday through Thursday, called Climbing the Rungs. But on Tuesdays, I do replays. Thank you guys for watching.